Hello and welcome to day 24 of Vlogmas and Merry Christmas Eve. By the time you see this video, tomorrow will be Christmas. So there's not going to be a video tomorrow because I'm going to be spending the day with family. But I hope you all have a wonderful, happy holiday with your families and loved ones as well. I cannot believe we've made it this far, y'all. In today's video, I'm going to be answering all your questions. You guys left me so many questions on my community post, so I'm going to be answering those for you. But first, I was getting ready for the day and I was about to do the rosemary oil on my hair, so I just wanted to show you that since I talked about it yesterday. So I'm also wearing no makeup because I'm going to be getting my mineral makeup samples in the mail today, and I wanted to try those on. So I will do that at the end of the vlog because I don't know when they're gonna get here. Oh my god. Okay, so this is just rosemary, 100% pure rosemary essential oil that I got at Natural Grocers, and I'm gonna be putting this on my hair every single day to hopefully stimulate some new growth and just make my hair look nicer. I'm not gonna put this in a carrier oil or anything. I'm just gonna put 2 drops on the palm of my hand. So I'm gonna start with just 2 drops. 1, 2. You don't need much of this at all. And then I'm going to take a boar bristle brush and just kind of get it all over the bristles like this. And then I'm going to comb it into my hair, and I'm going to turn my hair upside down and comb it like this. Should not have worn a necklace. I hope you can see what I'm doing. You can't. So I'm combing my hair like this, and I'm going to kind of do it on the front as well. And I want to make sure I get this on my scalp as much as I can, and then I'm gonna pull my hair up, and I'm gonna do it this way too, just to make sure I really get the oil all over my hair and scalp. And I'm hoping that it doesn't make it look too oily. It's not supposed to, especially because I'm not using any carrier oil or anything. But I did not wash my hair today, so I'm trying to get down to washing it only 3 times a week. No more than 3 times a week, because you can really dry your hair out. I have been washing it daily, y'all, with a cheap, crappy shampoo too. So that's not good, because you can really dry your hair out and strip it of all of its natural oils when you do that. Okay, I feel like I have a lot of static electricity here, so I think I'm also gonna run a plastic brush through it. And I also think I'm gonna do like 1 more drop. I think I'm gonna do 3 drops of rosemary oil. So 1 more drop that I'm just gonna kind of really work into my scalp right here, the place where I feel like I need the most help with regrowth. Hey, this is Cindy from the future, and I just want to do a quick disclaimer here because I've already received some comments about this. No, I do not use a carrier oil to put the rosemary on my scalp. I just put it straight up on there, about 3 drops each time. However, if you have never used rosemary essential oil on your scalp, it might be wise to dilute it first in a little bit of carrier oil just to see how your scalp is going to react to it. Always do your own research and never just blindly follow what someone else does on the internet. Thank you. All right, I'm done brushing it, and I mean, I don't think it looks that bad. I did pull about this much hair. I don't even know if you can see that. It's a little wad of hair that came out of the brush. So I'm gonna start pulling it out every day and looking at it so I can see how much I lose. Hopefully that becomes less and less. Like, you're gonna lose some hair every day. That's just normal. But I don't wanna lose a lot. All right, so there we go. There's how my hair looks today after doing the rosemary oil and not washing it. And I feel like my hair is just gonna have to get used to not being washed daily. So we might go through a little oiliness, but my scalp will adjust over time. Okay, y'all, and just another real quick outfit of the day. I'm very plain and simple today. It's very cold. I might actually have to put on a coat, but I hope I can get away with wearing this. So I've just got a dark gray jean jacket, my new green olive shirt, black leggings, Converse. I feel like this is just my uniform now. And then I have another long necklace. This one I got from, I think I also got this from Forever 21 like 6 or 7 years ago. It's like a little chevron arrow thing on a chain. So I think that's cute anyway. So that's how I'm looking today, all natural, no makeup, waiting for my new makeup in the mail. And Andrew and I have to go to the post office, drop off a couple packages. Andrew is feeling not 100%, but a lot better today. He's actually going to try to go back to work tonight. And how could we forget the last day of our advent calendar? Oh my gosh, y'all, we made it all the way through the 12 days of coffee. So today's day 12, and who opened yesterday? I did.
I'll stick.
Okay, well you go ahead. I don't know. I can't keep track anymore, but you go ahead and open this one, baby. Very last one. You can just pull that out, I think. Yeah. Let's see what they gave us. It's red. It's red.
It's black.
Oh, it's black. Why did I think it was red? Am I blind? I guess I saw that little stripe. What is it?
It's pond coffee.
Huh?
Pond.
Pond?
Yep.
What does that mean? It's turtles in a cup. Turtles in a cup, decadent and smooth with notes of soft caramel, toasted pecans, and rich chocolate. I don't know how this is gonna be. I wish they would have saved Door County Christmas for last. I really think they should have. Turtles in a cup. So I guess it's supposed to be like the turtle candy with chocolate, caramel, and pecan. Yeah, so I know caramel doesn't really come through very well in coffee, but maybe the chocolate and pecan flavor will. So let's give it a try. It smells so good. It smells just like turtle candies. I freaking love those like turtle candies. Is that what they're called? Turtles? I think so. But it's like the little clusters, and they have caramel and chocolate and nuts. Oh my god. So the cheesecake, the low carb cheesecake that I made, I cannot eat that. It made me crave sugar again. Not so much that I have, you know, broken down and eaten anything bad. I haven't. But it definitely made me start wanting sweet things again. So I don't think I can handle anything that's that close to a dessert again. Yeah, I ate 2 pieces of it and it made my stomach hurt, and it also made me want to eat more sugar. So not good. Not good for me. So I'm going to be doing that again. I'll just find new and interesting ways to eat meat. That's my life now. And it's weird because I can have artificial sweeteners like in my coffee and it doesn't cause that. But there was something, I don't know if it was the amount or if it was just so much like an actual piece of cheesecake that it just did something to my brain. I don't know. I don't know, but it didn't work for me. Ding dong, Christmas bells are ringing. That's what Andrew and I were listening to in the car. We were listening to Christmas music. We're listening to the old classics, you know? Okay, so this coffee's done, y'all. I'm about to put some cream in it. It smells so good. You can really smell the caramel, the chocolate. I hope it's as good as it smells. Let's give it a try. Can't believe this is our last day of Advent coffee. I'm so sad. Ooh, that's good. Yes, that one is very good. Now, I can't really taste the caramel. I knew I wouldn't. But you can definitely taste the chocolate and some other flavor, which I would not say is pecan, but it's definitely good. It really does have a chocolate taste. That's probably my number 5 favorite. So my favorites from the whole thing were number 1, Door County Christmas, number 2, Jingle Bell Java, number 3, Naughty or Nice Grog, number 4, White Christmas, and number 5, Turtles in a Cup. The one that I disliked, I only disliked one of them, and that was the peppermint. Ugh. And all the other ones were good, but, you know, just okay. They were good, but they weren't like top 5 good, you know. All I can say is that I highly recommend Door County coffee. It is delicious. And I'm gonna see if I can order us some of the Christmas flavors so we can have those throughout the year. And I think next year, since we gave out coffee as gifts this year, I think next year we're gonna give out Door County. Like the Christmas flavors, I think we're gonna give those out for gifts to our family next year because everybody should have some of this. It's so good. And we've got one more order of business before we get to the Q&A. I just went to my post office box and there were 2 packages waiting in there for me. I'm pretty sure these are packages that we thought were lost and they showed up today. So I have to thank Lee because I know this one is from Lee. This is from ILNP Cosmetics. And you know I'm super excited about this. So thank you so much, Lee. And I'm about to open it up and see what's inside. I'm really excited about this. Oh, look at the box. It's covered with this cute little heart tissue paper. And uh-oh, I've got it upside down. I've got it upside down. Let me take that out. And here's the little packing slip. Oh my goodness. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 different ILNP nail polishes, which is my favorite nail polish brand. You remembered, Lee. 6 different colors, a base coat, and a top coat. Holy crap. Look at this. Oh my god, let's look at the colors, y'all. Let's look at the colors. So the first one we have here is Opal Sunset. I almost just bought myself some new nail polish, and I'm glad I didn't, because now I have like more than I could ever want. This is Opal Sunset. Look at that beautiful color. It's like a pink, a shimmery metallic pink. I don't think the camera really does this one justice. It's gorgeous. Okay, let's see what else we've got. This is Pink Flamingo. All right. Has anybody ever seen that movie, Pink Flamingos? If you haven't, don't watch it. Okay. So this is just a lovely base pink color, which is all shimmery. I think all of their colors are like shimmery and metallic. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they are. So that's really pretty. My nails are looking so bad. I'm gonna redo my nails tomorrow for Christmas. So this is perfect timing that I got these today, because I'm definitely gonna use one of these. The next one I got is it's called Pool Party. And as I wear these in the vlogs in the coming up weeks, I'll tell you guys, you know, oh my god, this one's beautiful. I'll tell you guys which one I'm wearing and what they look like. This is Pool Party. Look at that color. Oh my god, it's like a purplish blue. I love this one. I cannot wait to wear that. It's gorgeous. Okay, then we got Skate Date. Yeah, Skate Date. Sounds like the dates from my high school. We went on skate dates. Oh, this is pretty. This is like a turquoise kind of. Yeah, that's really pretty. I really like that. Skate Date. ILNP just makes the most gorgeous nail polish colors, and it is good quality stuff too. I can highly recommend it. Oh, I love this. Now this might be my favorite one. This is Drive-In. Check that out. That is gorgeous. That's more of a purplish color. I love this one. This one's my favorite one so far. And then there's one more. This one is called Downtown. This is like a lighter purplish, kind of silverish color. Downtown. You know what? I might wear this one for Christmas, because I feel like it just looks really silvery and shimmery and Christmassy. And then I got the Ultra Glossy Top Coat, which, thank God, I really needed this top coat and base coat, because I'm just using like a cheapo Sally Hansen top coat. But yeah, this is just a clear top coat. And then we have a clear base coat, Ultra Bonding Base Coat. Oh yeah, that's like that's like a translucent color. So yeah, I've never even had a separate base coat and top coat. I've always just used like one for both, so that's super cool. Oh my gosh, now I can fill up my nail polish tray some more. So thank you so much, Lee. I absolutely love them. I love them. And I cannot wait to try out all those colors. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's gonna take me like 6 weeks to get through all those colors. Okay, so then I got another package from Amazon, and I know that Lee had sent me another package that got lost. So this might be it. I'm not sure. We're gonna open it up and find out. Let's see. All right, so I'm inside. Let's see, it's in a gift bag, so let's see what the gift tag says. It is from Lee. I can't believe both of these packages showed up. Oh my gosh. Right in time too. It says, to Morty, Bella, and Gibbons, here's something for all the good babies. Hope you get some yummy noms and fun toys. Oh, they will. I'm definitely gonna use this to get Gibbons a new fish toy, because he really needs one and he loves that thing. And then we'll find something really good for the dogs too. For Bella, we'll get her a new stuffed animal. So yay, it is a gift card. So I'm gonna open it up. When it opens, it unfolds like this. And then there's the gift card inside. That's so cool. so this is actually, I already know how much it's for. It's for $50. 50. Oh my goodness. Lee, you were so generous to us this Christmas, and I really appreciate that. And the animals are gonna love this, and I will show you guys what I get for them once it comes. Okay, so the moment you've all been waiting for is here. It's time for the Q&A. So you guys left me, as of right now, 189 questions. So I do have a lot of repeat questions. I kind of scrolled through here. I didn't read all of them, but I kind of scrolled through here and I saw a lot of questions about The Sims. So I just want to answer this right off the top. A lot of questions asking me if I'm going back to my Sims channel, when I'm going back to my Sims channel, if I'm still playing The Sims. And the answer to that is I have no plans to go back to my Sims channel right now. I do not feel like playing The Sims. I'm not interested in it right now, but that doesn't mean I will never go back. That just means I'm not interested in it right now. But I know myself and I will want to play The Sims again. I just don't know when that's gonna be. I'm on a super long break because I got so burned out from it before, and I never was able to really take a long enough break away. And so I just kept burning myself out more and more. So right now, I'm just waiting for the inspiration to strike again, and when it does, I'll come back and play. I'm sorry, I can't tell you when that will be. It might be a week, it might be a month, it might be a year, I don't know. So no, to answer your other question, no, I am not currently playing The Sims. I have not played except in the past year at all, except for that one time that I played in July. That was it. I'm just going through an off phase right now, and that's how I do with The Sims. That's how I do. That's how I be. So like, I will go, you know, weeks, months, and a couple times in my life I've gone years without playing, and then I'll feel the urge to play again. I have no idea what's going on in the Sims world. I do not know any of the news. I don't know any of the new content that has come out basically in the past year. I don't know anything. I don't know any of the mods. I see people are always asking me, have you seen this? Have you seen that? No, I haven't seen any of it. I have no idea what's going on. I did hear rumors that The Sims 5 is coming soon. And to be honest, I will probably come back for The Sims 5 because I've got to try it, right? I've got to try it. But I may come back for The Sims 2 before then if I feel the urge to play it. I think I'm done with The Sims 4. I have no desire to go back and re-download all the mods and update all the mods and try to figure out what's wrong with the game now and how I can fix it. Just not interested in that. So if I do go back, it'll be to play The Sims 2 and 3. And then when The Sims 5 comes out, I gotta give that a shot too. We'll see. At the very latest, you'll see me again when The Sims 5 is here. Okay, so now that I got that out of the way, I can get to the other questions. So I'm just gonna go down the line, skip anything Sims related, and try to answer as many of your other ones as I possibly can. I'm gonna try to focus on ones that I haven't answered before. So the first question I have here is, does Andrew follow the carnivore diet? And if so, how does he find it? Andrew follows about an 80% carnivore diet. So he eats carnivore whenever we're at home, and that's what I cook. He just eats whatever I make with me, and he has no problem with that. But if we go out to restaurants, he'll order whatever he wants. He doesn't stick to carnivore. If we go to his family's for dinner, he'll eat everything. So I would say about 80% of the time he eats the carnivore diet, and he has actually lost weight just from doing 80%. He's pretty healthy in general and doesn't have any food issues like I do. So just changing his diet 80%, he has definitely seen weight loss. We actually had to buy him new pants, and his migraines have pretty much gone away. He used to get migraines a lot, and now I think he's only had one like in the past 3 months, and that was because I think he ate too much junk food. That's what I personally think. All right, next question. What's Gibbon's story? Well, Gibbon's story is that we bought him out of some lady's car in the Walmart parking lot when he was 8 weeks old. We wanted to get a cat because we were having a mouse problem in our house. So we would get mice that would come in the laundry room, and we tried everything to get rid of them. And we actually, one time we had to put poison down, and I don't like doing that. I don't want to hurt the mice. I know that they're just trying to live their life, and I had a really hard time with that. So I thought, you know what, let's get a cat and let's let nature take its course. And it took us a while to decide to do that because our house is so small, but we're so happy we did because we got Gibbons. So we saw an ad on Craigslist where this lady had a litter of kittens, that her cats had kittens, and she was rehoming them for $25. So we called her up, we met her at Walmart, and she had like a whole litter in there, and Andrew picked out Gibbons, the black cat. and we actually named him Laszlo. He is the same cat as Laszlo. That is his formal name, but we started to just call him Gibbons. I don't know, I think Andrew started calling him that and it just stuck. It was just such a perfect name for him. So we just started calling him that, and that is basically his name now. I guess his real name is Laszlo, but we never call him that. He doesn't know that name. He only knows Gibbons or Gibbies. It was what I call him. Okay, next question. Do you have a favorite type of tree, plant, or flower? Yes, I do. My favorite tree is the willow tree. My favorite flower is, it's kind of a tie between roses and lilies. And then my favorite plant is lavender. That's my favorite herb is lavender. So, do you have any other games that you'd like to get back into? The only other game that I ever feel like I might want to play again is Final Fantasy XIV. But I hesitate to get so involved in an MMO these days because I just don't have a lot of time to devote to it. And no, I haven't heard about or seen any other games that I'd like to try lately because I just haven't really been paying attention to like gaming news at all. I know you're an introvert, and I always wondered how you found the courage to share your life online, or what reason made you start YouTube. Well, I started YouTube as my Sims channel because I just thought it would be fun. I actually started my Sims channel because I wanted to keep track of the lives of my Sims in Pleasant View, and I thought that would be a good way to do it so that I could keep up with everything that happened to them over the generations. That is the real reason I started my YouTube channel, and then I shared it like in the Mod The Sims forum, and then people started to watch it, and then I started to get more popular and stuff like that. I didn't start doing vlogging until like, I don't know, what is it, like 1 to 2 years ago that I started doing vlogging, and I find that it's easier for me to share in this format. In real life, I would never probably share all the things I share with you guys to somebody in real life. It's just easier for me to talk to the camera, and I think that comes from being an introvert because I can just express myself however I want to, and I don't have to worry about like there being another person there that I have to respond to. And if you're an introvert, you know what I mean. If you're not, you probably think, what the hell is she talking about? What does Andrew do for a living? He is a shift manager at a pizza restaurant, and hopefully in the next year he will get to be general manager. He's working on that, and we're really excited about that. And he also sometimes does deliveries if they need the extra help. Gotta get that tip money. If you weren't a YouTuber and had full autonomy on the career path you choose, what would you be doing? I'd be doing some other thing independently, probably blogging. I have no desire to have a traditional career. I've had a traditional career and I hated it. I'm just not the kind of person who can do a 9 to 5 and be happy. It was miserable for me. So I am a very resourceful person, and I have done many different things to earn a living. I always find a way to earn a living, and I just have to do it on my own. So yeah, I have no desire to have any kind of traditional career. I got a lot of questions about how did Andrew and I meet. I'm gonna tell you that at the very end because I got a lot of those questions and I feel like I might get emotional when I talk about it. So I'm gonna answer that one very last. You gotta wait till the end to find out. I'm not trying to make it a cliffhanger, it's just, I don't know how long this is gonna be. If you could create your own coffee, what flavor would it be and what would it be called? Gosh, I don't know. I've never thought about that. That's a good question. The flavor would definitely be hazelnut and cinnamon. Okay, but I would make it better than the other hazelnut and cinnamon one that I tried, like where you could taste both of the flavors together, and I would call it Cinnanut. How old are our pets? Bella and Morty are 6 years old. They are brother and sister. They came from the same litter. And we got them from, at this time I worked as a medical coder at the hospital, and one of my coworkers had 2 adorable freaking dogs. She had a Dachshund and a Shih Tzu, and she did not have them fixed, so they mated and had babies, and she could not keep them. So there were 3 in the litter, and we took 2 of them, and because we wanted a boy and a girl. We knew we wanted 2 dogs because we didn't ever want them to be lonely. So we really wanted to get a brother and sister so that they could have each other for company and be together and stuff. There was another little boy. There was 2 boys and a girl in the litter. So they do have another brother, and I would really love to see how he turned out. So many times over the years we regretted that we didn't get him too. He went to another family, but so many times we're like, I wish we would have got him too, because then we could have had all 3 of them. But 3 dogs is a bit much. 2 is pretty much our maximum, but sometimes we have thought about that. So yeah, so that's how we got them. So yeah, that's how we got them. And then Gibbons, we also got him. We did not get any of our pets from a shelter. And you know, I do believe in saving animals from a shelter if you can. But we wanted babies, to be honest. We didn't care if they were mutts or what. We just wanted babies that we could raise. So that's what we did. Even though when we first got Bella and Woody, we were like, why the hell did we get puppies? Because potty training them and everything was, oh my God. I remember I used to come home from work because I worked outside the house. I used to come home from work and we would have to keep them in the kitchen. And I would come home on my lunch break and there'd be like pee everywhere. I had to clean up, but we finally got them potty trained and everything, and now they're great. They're wonderful pets. I remember we were so excited to get them that I would like ask my coworker every day, like, do you think they're ready yet? Do you think they're ready yet? And I was like trying to wait till they were 8 weeks. We got them when they were 8 weeks old, like as soon as they could be weaned. And we were sure, she was like, she told us that they were eating food and they were ready to go. We went like that same day and picked them up and brought them home, and they were so teeny tiny. Oh my gosh, they were so little when we got them. And I remember Morty was just shivering in the little dog crate when we brought him home. He was so scared. What made you guys decide to move from your hometown? We moved from Arkansas to Colorado because Andrew's family is from Colorado. Like his mom and his dad are from Colorado. His mom lives here now, and his sister and nieces and nephews live here now. And we moved here to be closer to his mom, and there's a longer story involved in that I don't want to go into because it's kind of like personal family stuff. But basically we moved here to be closer to his mom, and then we were gonna, we had started going to college in Arkansas and we moved here to finish school. Like we could have finished in Arkansas, but we finished when we got here. Do you consider yourself a solitary person, preferring to do things either by yourself or just with Andrew? Do you guys have friends you hang out with or just spend time with each other and the fur babies? First part of your question, yes, I am a lone wolf. I consider myself a very solitary person. I love to spend time alone. Yeah, I definitely do. I prefer to do things by myself? Yeah, and with Andrew, I'm the kind of person, like, I have to have at least one, I have to have a companion, right? I have to have a companion who doesn't drain me, and that is Andrew. He makes me so happy, that I'm perfectly cool just with him being in my life. But I don't have any friends in Colorado, to be honest with you. When we moved here, when I worked outside of the house, I made friends with about 3 different people, and I went out and did things with them from time to time, but we just kind of like drifted apart because me being an introvert, I need long periods of time in between social interaction, and that can be hard for people to cope with. I find that people who want to be friends a lot of times need a lot more attention than I can possibly give to them, and that makes it very difficult for me to maintain friendships because I gotta have someone who understands that I might not be able to hang out with you or talk on the phone with you for like 4 or 5 weeks at a time, and a lot of people don't want a friendship like that. So it's been kind of hard for me. And also now that I work from home, it's really hard for me to meet people. Plus I'm terrible at making friends as an adult. I don't even know how you're supposed to do it. Like, I think the only way you can really make friends as an adult is if you go to a place where the same people are regularly. It's kind of like how you make friends in school. Like, you go to the same classes with people every day and you get to know each other and you become friends. And if you don't have that kind of situation, like I don't, it's really difficult to make friends with people. So yeah, I don't really have any friends that I hang out with in Colorado. I'm sorry if that's gonna make my vlog super boring for you, but it's basically just me and Andrew, and then like I'll hang out with his family, like his sister and mom and stuff. And Andrew does have friends though. He has friends at work. He doesn't really hang out with them much outside of work because he's also an introvert like me and needs lots of alone time. but he definitely has people that he considers friends. We both still have friends in Arkansas, and I miss my friends so much. So I have like 2 friends in Arkansas that, you know, accept me being flaky in our friendship, and so I kind of can maintain those friendships. So anyway, I hope that makes some kind of sense to you, but I'm not unhappy about it. Like, I feel like I get all the socialization I need. Sometimes I think it might be nice to have a friend like to go to a bar with or go to breakfast with every once in a while. But then I'm like, well, I don't want to put anybody in the position of having to deal with me. Having to deal with my flakiness, or like thinking that I don't like them, or thinking that I don't want to be around them, because it's not like that. It's just, I just have a hard time with friendships. And like, as weird as it sounds, I get a lot of my social bar filled, using a Sims metaphor, just from like interacting with you guys on YouTube, which is probably not healthy, but you know what? It is what it is. You gotta get what you need from somewhere. Both been through so much this year. What is your advice or words to someone going through a difficult time? I wish I had some, honestly, but there's just like nothing anybody can say that makes anything feel better at all. People said so many nice things to me when we were going through absolute hell, and I mean, it was nice, but it didn't really help. I guess I would say it's gonna, you know, it's gonna get better, it's gonna pass. Like, none of the bad times in your life last forever, and it's gonna get better with time. That's all I can say, and I know that's no solace to anybody going through a difficult time, because people told me the same thing and it meant nothing to me whenever I was in pain. But it will get better with time. I don't know, I feel so ill-equipped. Even somebody who's been through a horrible situation, I feel very ill-equipped to give anybody advice on even the same situation, because there's just nothing you can say. I was wondering how you view your career goals in the past versus now. I remember you mentioning your past with medical coding, and if you ever saw yourself being the face of your gaming, lifestyle, spirituality blogs at the time. No, when I was a coder, I was pretty much thinking that I was going to get promoted into management. Well, I was on the way to getting promoted to management. And I saw what my boss had to go through, and I did not want her job. I could have had it, but I didn't want it. I didn't want that responsibility. It was a very stressful job for me, and I just didn't want that kind of life. I didn't want to be a career girl. Now, I love to work. I am a hard worker, and I love to work and be productive and industrious. But I don't like to work for somebody else. I like to work for myself. My career goals right now, you know, I don't know. I'm kind of in a weird state of limbo, and I'm trying to see what I can do with YouTube that's not Sims related, and it's very, very hard for me to get away from that. Because I understand why, like, people love my Sims content. I know that, and that's what they want to see. I'm trying to build a different kind of thing on this channel, and I don't know if it's going to be possible, but I'm trying it. Always in my life, I'm not afraid to fail. I will try things that I want to try, and, you know, I think it's far better to try something and fail than to never try it at all. So I'm trying to see if I can build up this channel as a vlogging channel and as a lifestyle channel and make something out of it that can be long term. That's pretty much my goal right now. I don't have specific goals because I'm just kind of experimenting right now. You've mentioned you guys were looking forward to moving out. Where would be your ideal place, and how would your dream home be? We definitely want a bigger house. We're gonna have to have a bigger house if we have a baby. There's no room for a baby in this house. We're gonna have to have at least 3 bedrooms, because I need a room to work from. We need a bedroom, and we need a room for the child. So my dream home would be to have a 5-bedroom, 3-bath, multi-story home. That would be my dream, with a huge yard on a forested lot. That's my dream home, and my dream home is not in Colorado, it's in Arkansas. So yeah, I don't know how long it's gonna be before that dream comes true, but we will definitely have to move out of this house before I hit the 3rd trimester of pregnancy, when I do get pregnant, because we're gonna have to have more space. and we'll probably rent for a while and then decide what to do from there. But we're waiting as long as possible because our mortgage is so cheap and rent is so high that we're trying to stay here as long as we possibly can to take advantage of that, and so we can pay off more of our debt and stuff. Other than The Sims, have there been or are there any other franchises or fandoms that you're interested in or a part of? I used to be part of the Final Fantasy XIV community, but I have been out of that for a long time, and that's probably the only one I'm really interested in. Are there any hobbies or habits you'd like to pursue in the new year or just in general? Yes, there's so many. There's so many, but I'm going to talk more about that in my New Year's resolution video, so I won't spoil it now. Can you drive? Yes, I can. I think I answered that in my last vlog. And no, not everyone in the US can drive, and if you live in big cities, a lot of people still don't drive. But if you don't live in a big city in America, you can get by without driving, but it's a huge pain in the ass because our public transportation is not that great in most cities. We have it, like every city has it, but so before I moved to Colorado, before I met Andrew, I used to work as a waitress and I didn't have a car, and I would have to take the bus home to from work. So I would have to wait outside at the bus stop for the bus to come, which could take up to half an hour because it only came like once an hour. And then I would have to ride the bus all the way to the bus station and then switch to another bus that took me to my house. And the whole process could take like 1 to 1.5 hours when I could have driven home in like 10 minutes. So it's kind of inconvenient, but if you have to do it, you have to do it. Do you have any recommendations for Wiccan shops that we can find online for altar supplies and such? Honestly, I get most of my stuff from Etsy or like local stores. Etsy shops that I'm loving lately, Sacred Mists is one that I really love right now. But if I was gonna say a specific shop, one shop that I used to buy a lot of stuff from is Azure Green. They're like one of the oldest Wiccan and Pagan supply stores like on the internet. I used to order from them back in the early 2000s, and they're still going strong. What's been the hardest part of the carnivore diet? The hardest part is the first couple weeks when you are getting fat adapted. After that, it's easy. Like, I don't find it difficult at all anymore. But those first couple weeks are really hard when you go through those sugar withdrawals. That's rough. But once you break through that, it's just smooth sailing after that. My favorite carnivore recipe I haven't shown you yet. I think I've shown you just about everything I make. Like, my diet is very basic. My favorite thing to eat are New York strip steaks. Second favorite is chuck roast. And then after that, probably like burgers. One place anywhere in the world that I'd love to visit, I'd love to visit Japan and Australia are probably my top two. I don't know which specific spot I would go straight to, honestly. If I went to Japan, of course I'm going to Tokyo, but there are so many cool places to go in Japan. I have no idea. I'd have to get a guide probably because I don't think I'd feel comfortable just trying to wing it over there, not speaking the language or being able to read anything. So I'd have to get a guide. And Australia, I don't know where I'd go. I want to go see the wild places in Australia, like the nature places. Do you believe in fate, or do you think we are all the creators of our own destiny? I do not believe in fate. I think our fate constantly changes based on the decisions that we make. So yeah, I think we're creators of our own destiny. Do I plan on reviewing or giving Paralives a go when it gets released? I do. I do want to play Paralives when it releases. I'm so out of the loop on that. I have no idea what's going on with Paralives, but I'm sure it's great. What are you reading at the moment, and what are your favorite fantasy books? So right now I'm not reading any fiction. I'm reading Jean Rose's Herbal Body book, and I'm reading like some Wiccan books, but I'm not reading any fiction right now. I recently tried to start reading the Dragonlance books again, and I don't know, I just couldn't get back into it. My favorite books are Robin Hobb's Realm of the Elderlings books. There are 5 different series that are all set in the same realm. It starts with the Farseer trilogy, then the Live Ship Traders, then the Tawny Man trilogy, which never has a series of books broken me like the Tawny Man trilogy. And never have I loved a literary character as much as I love the Fool. I cried for weeks after I finished those books, and they really like did something to me. I don't know. Robin Hobb is my favorite author ever. I don't think anybody could ever surpass her in my eyes. And then after that is the Rainwild Chronicles, which are really good. They're like different characters than the other ones, but they're really good. And then finally Fitz and the Fool, which I have not read because I have to prepare myself mentally for this, and I think I'm gonna tackle it next year. I own the books, but I have not read them. I actually owned a signed copy that Andrew got me for Christmas one year of one of those books. So if you are into fantasy, I would highly recommend all of those series. Start with the Farseer trilogy and then go Live Ship Traders, Tawny Man, Rain Wilds, and then Fitz and the Fool. And if you've read Fitz and the Fool, please do not spoil it for me. Do you speak any other languages apart from English? No, I don't. I did take French in high school, but I only remember like a few words and how to conjugate verbs, but I could not speak or understand French at all. They don't teach us other languages over here very well. You really have to take initiative if you want to learn one. Do you plan on continuing to actively vlog, not necessarily daily, but weekly? Yes, I do. I really have loved doing Vlogmas, and I'm gonna keep vlogging after it's over. Maybe not daily, but often. You mentioned Fruits Basket being your favorite manga once. Do you have any other favorite anime or cartoons that you like? As far as anime goes, I like Food Wars and Fruits Basket. That's pretty much as far as I've gotten. Cartoons, I pretty much like all the old school Adult Swim cartoons like Aqua Teen Hunger Force, Sea Lab 2021. What are some other ones that we used to watch? Space Ghost. Huh? Squidbillies, Space Ghost. I love all those. The Brack Show. Yeah. Andrew's yelling cartoons at me. What? Home movies. That's one of my most favorite of all time. Death Clock. Metalocalypse. That's what it's called. I called it Death Clock. Huh?
Mission Hill.
Mission Hill. Oh, that's a good one too. Love all those.
Oblongs.
The Oblongs. I think that's all. If you could go on vacation anywhere, where would it be? Well, my favorite place to go is Disney World, which I realize is like a corporate consumerist mecca, but I can't help it. I freaking love it. I love going to Disney World. But if I could choose anywhere that wasn't Disney World, I would still go to Florida because I love Florida, or I would go to like Japan or Australia. What are your plans for the future family making? How are you coping with everything? How are you and Andrew doing with that topic subject in general? Well, you know, we make it from day to day. Some days are harder than others. Some days, you know, it's still not easy, but it's easier than it was. It's easier to deal with than it was. And we are currently actively trying to get pregnant again. And I'm actually going to find out very soon if this month was a bust or not. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. Gonna find out if it worked this month or not. Is there any food or drink you missed since you started carnivore? Not really, no. When I first started, I missed everything. I missed junk food, fast food, sugar, like all of that. But now, no. Now the only thing I want to really eat is meat. Like if I get hungry, I just think like, where's my steak? Where's my meat? I did kind of want to eat a Christmas tree cake this year, but it was only in passing, you know? So I used to be a smoker. I quit smoking about, gosh, it's probably been 14, 15 years ago I quit smoking. And I still occasionally think about smoking, like that it would feel really good to smoke, but I don't really want to. It's just like those addictive pathways in your brain never go away. So occasionally, a couple times a month, I'll think about smoking, but I would never smoke a cigarette again, right? But it crosses my mind from time to time as a former addict. And the same thing for sugar. Occasionally I'll think about something like a Christmas tree cake or a cookie and I'll be like, you know, yeah, it would taste good, but it wouldn't be worth it in the end. So that's how it kind of works. I feel like I've really broken my addiction to that stuff. How long have Andrew and I been together? In January, we will have been together for 15 years and we've been married for 10 years. We started dating in January of 2008. Do I regret starting Vlogmas this year? No. I loved doing Vlogmas this year, and would I do it again? Yes. Yes, I would. My favorite animal is the fox, followed by the raven. The one you see yourself as? I don't really see myself as any of them. But I feel most connected to fox and raven. Do I have any recommendations for good houseplants that are easy to manage? I would always recommend starting with snake plant. It is so easy. It's the easiest plant. Like, it's almost impossible to kill it. Basically, the only way you can kill it is if you overwater it. But it can handle a lot of neglect. And second after that would probably be the philodendron, which I used to think was a pothos. But it's a heartleaf philodendron. Both of those are really easy to start with. Do I collect anything else besides Care Bears? I collect so many things. I collect crystals, I collect plants, I collect Care Bears, I collect books, vinyl, CDs, vintage cookbooks. Let's see, is that all? I think that's all. Maybe it's not as much as it seems like to me. I feel like I have no room for all the things I collect. Do you have siblings? Yes, I have one sister and two brothers. I have one older brother and a younger brother and sister. My sister is my full sister, and both of my brothers are half brothers. Your hair's so long now, have you considered bangs? No, because my hair is so thin right here that I feel like it would just look like a couple of strings and it would look really bad. But I might do, if my hair ever fills in enough, I might do bangs in the future. Can you see a wedding picture? Yeah, here's one right here. So this was 10 years ago. We got married in 2012. And I was a little bit smaller than I am now back then. And you want to see pictures from when we first met? Here's one. Look at us, we're little babies, and we both had so much hair, and now neither of us has much left. This was from about like 13 or 14 years ago. Would we ever consider moving back to our hometown if the opportunity arose? Yes. In fact, I am 100% going to move back to my hometown someday. I don't know when. It's really hard. I feel torn between two places because I am so incredibly homesick. I miss Arkansas. I miss the trees and the water and the beauty, and I just never ever feel like I'm home no matter what here. I just always feel like this is just some kind of weird blip in my timeline, and I never feel like I can start to build a home here because I always know in my heart that I'm gonna go back to Arkansas. So it's just a really weird feeling. There's so many things I like about Colorado. I like that it's so much more progressive politically and socially. You don't often run into things like casual racism and bigotry around here like you can sometimes do in the South. And it's kind of nice. I love how close we are to Denver and Red Rocks, and we can see concerts and bands that we never would have been able to see back home. And also, you know, Andrew's family is here and I love them dearly, and it would suck to be away from them. But at the same time, my family is in Arkansas, and as much as I love Andrew's family, it's not the same as your own family, you know? And my friends are there. The few friends I have are there, and it's just my home, and I'm never gonna feel at ease until I live there. I don't know. I don't know when we'll ever go back. Sometimes I get so homesick that I just cry. Like, I just miss it so much, and it hurts me to go back. Like, I'm gonna cry just thinking about it. I don't go back to visit very often because it physically hurts me to leave. Because I don't want to leave. Yes, I know in my heart, I know 100% I will move back to Arkansas someday. Right now, it's not an optimal time because we're trying to have a baby, and I want the baby to be around like Andrew's mom and stuff, since she's probably going to be the only grandparent, you know, our child is really going to know. Also, Andrew's career is here right now. Like, he's working on moving up in his career, and we would just like disrupt all that if we moved. So it's not in the cards anytime in the next few years, but we definitely will go back at some point. And Andrew feels the same way as me. He also misses our home a lot. Y'all, I'm running out of room on my memory card, and I still want to do the makeup samples, so I'm just gonna do a couple more questions. I'm sorry, there's no way I can answer all of them. But I'll do another Q&A in maybe like a month or two and try to answer some more of these. If you could listen to one album the rest of your life, which album would it be and why? God, that's hard. Just one album? That's tough. But I think, honestly, I would have to go with Astral Weeks by Van Morrison. That's probably my favorite album ever. And it's so beautiful, I never get tired of listening to it. It's just an experience. The whole album is an experience, and I don't know, I just love it. I just feel it deep down in my heart and soul. So that'd probably, if I could only pick one, I would pick that one. If you could give any piece of advice to yourself in your 20s, what would you say? I would say, in my early 20s, I would say, leave that son of a bitch that you're with and wait for a good man to come. I was married before I met Andrew to a drug addict, and that made my life hell for 5 years. So I would tell myself not to stay in that relationship, and that I was worth something, and I was worth being with somebody who treated me well, which I didn't believe that at the time, but I wish I could go back and tell myself that. But then again, I don't, because I feel like every single decision and every single thing that happened in my life all led up to the moment where I met Andrew and brought me to this point in my life. So I don't know, maybe I wouldn't give myself any advice and I would just let myself go through that to learn the lessons that I needed to learn. Have you and Andrew ever been to a powwow? I have not, but Andrew has been to many powwows in his life. His dad used to drag him to those all the time when he was a teenager, and he didn't care for it because he was a young boy who wanted to be home playing video games. But I think he would probably feel differently about it now, and I would like to go to one too. Okay, y'all, I've got 10 minutes left on my memory card, so we gotta do this. We're gonna go do the makeup, and I've gotta quickly tell you about how Andrew and I met. And how could I forget to thank my viewers who bought me a coffee since yesterday? I won't, of course. But thank you so much, Catherine, for the 10 coffees. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for Miss Fido Mom for the 25 coffees. Holy crap. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate that. Miss Fido Mom. Yes, thank you. Aliona and Craig, I so hope I'm saying your name right. Aliona and Craig. Correct me if I'm wrong. But thank you so very much for the 5 coffees. I really, truly appreciate that. I appreciate each and every one of you who donates, and each and every one of you who watches my vlogs as well. I really appreciate all of you guys. And if you would like to support the channel and buy me a coffee, it's a donation of $2 or more. You can find the link down below in the description box. Thank you so much. Okay, y'all, so I was trying to figure out where on earth in my house I'm gonna be able to do this makeup because I just don't have a lot of light and it's dark outside right now. So I guess we're just gonna do it in here because I think this is where I'm gonna have the brightest light. So I got this box today from Carrie Gran, and I think I'm saying that right. It might be Kari. It's K-A-R-I-G-R-A-N. I'm gonna say Carrie Gran because that's just how it looks to me, but let me know if I'm saying it wrong. The reason why I went with this makeup is because I was looking for some high quality mineral makeup, and I really like the fact that this company, this is a really good company, I think. Oh, they even hand wrote welcome on here. And what I really like about it is I am not affiliated with this company. I'm not sponsored by them. I don't get paid by them or anything. This is just something I'm trying out. Disclosure. So what I really like about it is they will send you a sample kit of their foundation colors. So you can get light, medium, dark, or all shades, and you can try them out. It costs $15, but then once you figure out which shade you want, they will apply that $15 towards the full-size foundation. So I really loved that. So it's going to give me a chance. Oh, it says, hi, Cindy. Thank you. From Sarah, I think. They also package their stuff in recyclable cardboard, and their packing peanuts are biodegradable as well. So I like that. I really like that. The ingredients, let me see here. In their foundation is titanium dioxide, iron oxide, zinc oxide, and mica. May contain ultramarine blue. I guess that depends on the shade. That's it. That's all it is. It's really pure and simple. And they also have eyeshadow and blush. So I ordered the blush for us to try today. And this stuff is not cheap. So I want to make sure it's something I really like. And if so, I'm going to also invest in the concealer and eyeshadow. Now they only have one shade of eyeshadow, and it's supposed to complement all skin types. That will be really interesting to see how that turns out. Okay, so we're gonna start with the foundation samples that come in a little pouch like this. All right, and this seems like it's gonna be hard to apply. So let me see if there's some kind of instructions. Don't see any. So these are the light shades. There's light 1, light 2, light 3, and oh, this is a concealer. This is a concealer. They also do have a liquid foundation, but I really wanted to try a powder because my skin is aging and I'm starting to get some wrinkles. That liquid foundation I find is just kind of like emphasizing that more, so I really wanted to try a mineral powder and see how that worked for me. So I think we will try concealer first. So they only have one shade of concealer. They have a light, a medium, and a dark. So they only have one per tier. So what I'm gonna do is open it up, and then I'm just gonna take a little flat brush like this and kind of dip it in there. And then I'm gonna try and put some around my eyes. Now I can't really see what I'm doing here, so I'm just gonna kind of pat it around. And then I'm gonna have to stop and look in a mirror because I can't see it in there. And then I also have like some areas around here that need some extra coverage because I've been having a little acne lately, and I think it's from the dairy. Okay, so you kind of see what I'm doing. I'm gonna go do it in the mirror and then come back. Wow, y'all, I'm actually really quite impressed with the concealer. I feel like it really worked, like on my areas that needed more coverage. It is kind of settling into my under eye wrinkles, so I do have some wrinkles under my eyes that I'm not crazy about, and like makeup seems to like settle in those, and this was no exception. But I'm hoping once I put the actual makeup on, it'll kind of cover that up. And maybe I should have put the concealer on over it. I don't really know. It doesn't say which one you're supposed to put on first, so I'm just experimenting here. So I'm going to try the light foundation. Once again, there's not enough in here to really like do your whole face. So I'm just going to have to kind of put some on and see how it matches. They say to put it along your jaw. So I'm going to take a makeup brush. This is just a full face. This is an e.l.f. actually, e.l.f. Total Face makeup brush. These cost like $3 at Walmart. And that's what I used to put my powder on. How am I going to get this out? It comes with like a little spoon. So I guess I'll dip some of this out. And this is the lightest shade. I'm trying light 1. So I'm going to dip it out, and then I'm going to kind of, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to like put it on here. And then I'm just gonna kind of dip my brush in it. I think that's gonna be the best way. I just saw a whole bunch of it fall off my brush. And I've got it all over me. Great, great. So I'm gonna go look at this in the mirror and see what I think about this shade. Okay, the lighting is really bad right here. I realize that you probably can't see, but I did half my face in the light 1. There, that's probably better. So this half of my face has the light 1 foundation. This half of my face has nothing. And I'm really liking how the light 1 looks on my skin. But I'm gonna do this half on with light 2 and see if I like it better. But y'all, this foundation is beautiful. It covers and feels like you're wearing nothing. Like literally nothing. It's really, I think it's a very high quality. Probably the highest quality I've ever tried. So we're gonna try light 2. It's just, this is light 2, this is light 1. So it's just a tad bit darker. A little more pinkish in color. So I'm gonna try it and see how I like it. I think light 3 and 4 are definitely gonna be too dark for me. Okay, so I've got this half with light 1 and this half with light 2. I think it's really hard to tell the difference. They're very similar. But I actually think light 2 matches my skin tone a bit more. I think light 1 is a bit more yellowish and light 2 is a bit pinkish. So I actually think I'm gonna go with light 2. My hair is like so flat and oily, y'all. I don't know what to say. I'm sorry. I'm trying something here. But anyway, here's kind of me with my hair back in front. Light 1, light 2. I don't know if you're going to be able to see the very subtle difference in the camera, but I think it's light 2 is my shade. Okay, so I'm going to put my $15 towards a full size of the light 2 because I can already tell you, I love this stuff. It covers and feels so incredibly light, and it doesn't set into my wrinkles or anything. And it just feels, it feels like I have nothing on my face. It feels like I'm not wearing makeup at all. Like, I feel like this is the kind of makeup that you really need when your skin starts aging. We're not getting any younger here, folks, and I gotta do whatever I can for my skin. I also was really impressed with the concealer. Once I put the foundation on, it just blended in and looks so smooth. So I think I'm gonna get a concealer and a full size of the foundation, and then we have the blush. So they don't have a sample of the blush, so I just bought the full size. Okay, and so I'm going to use a different brush. I use these e.l.f. Total Face brushes for both powder and blush, but I have a different one. Like, I put B on this one for blush, and then I have F on this one for foundation, so I don't mix it up. Okay, so I'm just going to get a little blush on. This is how I put on blush, like it's 2001, so don't judge me. I don't know if there's a better way to do it, but this is how I do it. So I'm going to go actually do this in the mirror and see if I can do a better job, and I'll be right back to tell you how it is. Y'all, I'm in love. It looks beautiful. Let me show you in better light. Look at that. It's very subtle, but it's very pretty. I love it. Cary Grant, y'all. I think this is gonna be my new makeup because I really, really like it. I'm gonna order the concealer and the foundation, and then I also would like to get the eyeshadow. Okay, and this is an investment in myself because, like I said, this stuff is not cheap. But I don't want to wear drugstore makeup anymore. Not that there's anything wrong with it. I've worn it for years and years. I'm trying to be kinder to my skin as I get older. And like, I just find that especially liquid foundations have just been feeling too heavy for me lately, making my skin feel dry. And I really love the way the mineral powder just feels so light, and it's just so much healthier, you know, for your skin. So I will let you guys know when I get the other stuff, when I get the eyeshadow, and we can try that out. Otherwise, this is what I plan on wearing, and I think I have enough left. Definitely have enough left to do probably one more face, so I'm gonna save this for Christmas. So I can wear it then. So if you're interested in trying out this makeup for yourself or getting like one of the sample kits, I will link to it down below. Again, I am not affiliated with them. I get nothing if you go on there and buy it. It's just something I really liked and thought I would share with you. Okay, so last thing, I know you guys are dying to hear the story of how Andrew and I met. Now, I have told this story before in my live streams like a couple of times, but I know not everybody saw all of those. So I'm gonna tell it again here once and for all. I gotta get a little lip balm on. My favorite lip balm is Burt's Bees Coconut and Pear. I love the way the coconut oil feels on my lips. So when I make my own lip balm coming very soon, I'm gonna be using coconut oil in it because it just gives it that really like silky feeling. But yeah, I'm gonna be making tinted lip balm to go with my mineral makeup, and I'm pretty much gonna stop wearing mascara because I really don't feel like I need it. I was blessed with very long and thick eyelashes, and I just don't really feel like I need mascara, to be honest. I feel lucky in that I got blessed with good lashes and brows. Thank the universe for that. Okay, so the way Andrew and I met is after my first husband left me. He ran off with our landlord's girlfriend one day and went to Arizona, left me a note, and I never saw him again. That was the best thing that ever happened to me, even though at the time it felt like the worst thing. It destroyed me, but I was able to rebuild myself so much better without him. He's a topic for another day I'm not going to go into today. But anyway, after that, I had moved in with a roommate, and we got a house together. And during this time, when I lived with this roommate, I was very much a recluse and a hermit. I had very low self-esteem because of what my first husband put me through, making me feel like I was a worthless piece of crap and didn't deserve love. So I never left the house, basically. I lived on one side of the house and my roommate lived on the other. And I had like a bathroom inside my bedroom, and I almost never left. I would just come out and use the kitchen sometimes and go right back in my room. And I worked at a call center for a while during this, but I really hated it. And after like a year, I got another job working at a call center for Barnes & Noble, but I was working from home. So I pretty much just stayed in my bedroom all the time, whether I was working or not. I was working and I was reading a lot of books. That's about all I was doing. And I had no way to meet anybody. I did go onto some dating sites, and I went on a couple of dates with these really creepy dudes that it just was never gonna work. So I pretty much gave up on that, and I just thought, you know what, screw it. I'm just gonna be a crazy old cat lady, and I'm never gonna find love again. Mind you, I was 24 years old at this time, but that's how I felt in my heart. And so because I never left, I would order a lot of food. I would order pizza. We didn't have like DoorDash and stuff being delivered all the time. Like, you could get pizza and Chinese, and that was pretty much it. You couldn't even get your groceries delivered back then. It was before all of that. So this was back in 2007. So I had ordered pizza one night. I remember exactly what I ordered. I ordered a deep dish veggie pizza because I was a vegetarian at the time. So I ordered the pizza. The pizza guy comes. I open the door, and Andrew is standing there. Okay, I didn't know his name was Andrew. Okay, this really cute guy was standing there, and it was raining outside. And I will never ever forget opening the door and seeing him, and the rain behind him, and the darkness and the porch light. I will never ever forget that moment, the first time I ever saw him. I said, "Oh my God, it's raining. Do you want to step in?" And so he stepped in the house while because I had to sign the check and put his little tip on there. So I gave him a $5 tip, which was really good in 2007. He even told me, he was like, that was a good tip. And so he just came in for just a minute, and we like had a little small talk about the rain, and my dog was trying to jump on him, and he gave me my pizza and he left. And I never thought anything else about it. About a month later, this was the MySpace days, okay? This was when we had MySpace. I had a MySpace account, but I rarely checked it. I just happened to go on there for some reason. I don't know why. And I noticed I had an unread message, and I was like, that's weird. Who's messaging me? Because I knew I didn't talk to anybody back then. So I opened my MySpace messages, and I noticed that I had a message from this guy named Andrew. And it said, hey, my name's Andrew. I delivered pizza to you the other day, and I just wanted to know if you wanted to hang out sometime. And I was like, what? And oh, at the time, I had really long dreadlocks. I had like almost to my waist long dreadlocks. And I was wearing, like when he came, I was wearing like a bandana over my dreadlocks. And I was wearing like some homemade pants that were just like patched together, like falling apart. So I don't know what he freaking thought about me, but apparently he was intrigued. And he messaged me, but that was like a month before, and I never saw it. And I was like, oh my God, this guy messaged me like a month ago. And I thought that it was some kind of joke. This is where my self-esteem was at the time. I thought, so my roommate at the time, he had friends who worked at this Pizza Hut, the same Pizza Hut that Andrew worked at. He had friends there. And I thought that they were all like conspiring to like play some cruel, sick joke on me. That's what I thought. I did not believe this was true. I thought that Andrew was way out of my league, and I didn't think he would ever possibly be interested in me, and I just thought it was a joke. But you know what? I said, what if it's not a joke? So I'm going to try. So I messaged him back, and I gave him my phone number, and he ended up calling me, and we instantly hit it off, and we like had so much in common. He was 4 years younger than me, so he was 20 years old at this time, and I was 24. Andrew was very mature for his age, okay? He always has been. So we started talking on the phone, and then we started talking on the phone every day. And then he came over to my house, and I made him dinner. That was like the first time we got together. He came over to my house, and I made him dinner, and I pulled out all the stops, and I made like everything that I knew how to make, which wasn't very much because I was a vegetarian, so I just made him a bunch of carbs. It was like, I made like biscuits and squash and macaroni and cheese, but he said it was really good and he liked it. And so we hung out that night, and we like watched a movie, and it was really nice. We really, really got along well. So after that, the first like real date we went on is we went to go see the movie I Am Legend in theaters, which was really fun. And then we just sort of started going out like almost every night. We would see each other, if we didn't see each other, we would talk on the phone. We just have been inseparable ever since then. We have never been apart since then. I just feel so lucky. It's like during that time in my life, I had completely given up on trying to find a partner, and I feel like the universe just delivered him right to my door, and I could not believe it, because I never would have attempted to like contact him or date him or anything. Oh, and if you're wondering how he found me on MySpace, he just looked up my name from the order, which I know might sound a little creepy in retrospect, but you know, he had to give it a shot. He liked me and he had to give it a shot. And he probably thought that I completely ignored him or ghosted him since I didn't respond back for a month. Anyway, it went really well. And then, so we dated we moved in together after just a couple of months. Well, he actually started like staying at my house every night, and then I was like, why don't you just move in and just get your stuff? Because he was living with his dad at the time. I was like, just get your stuff and just bring it all over here. You stay here every night anyway. So we moved in together and we lived together. Now, I was still married during this time because my husband had ran off, and I had no way, I didn't know where he was to get a divorce. And I couldn't afford a lawyer at the time. After Andrew and I had been together for a couple years and we were like much more financially stable, we got enough money to hire a lawyer, and we had him tracked down and served papers for the divorce, and I finally got the divorce. And once that happened, Andrew and I were able to get married. But like, we were already like he was already my husband in my heart, you know, and the other guy was not even close. But we just had to get everything legally done. So we did that in 2012. We started dating in January 2008. And we got married in May of 2012. And we've been off and on trying to have a child for 10 years. And but we only, like, I guess really seriously started trying in the past 5 years once I turned 35. And now we're like super serious since I'm about to be 40. And we've got to do it now. It's now or never. Now or never. Now I know this is gonna be a super long vlog, so we're gonna make this a super long Christmas Eve special. I hope y'all have a wonderful holiday surrounded by your friends and family. I hope it's great for everybody. And even if you can't be surrounded by your friends and family, I know some people are in that situation. I still hope you can find a little bit of joy in the holiday where you can. I'll try to keep you company with my videos. It's all I can do. Thank you guys so much for watching. And so there will not be a video tomorrow on Christmas Day, but there will be one on the day after Christmas so you can see Andrew and I opening up all of our gifts. Thank you so much for watching all my Vlogmas videos. I really appreciate it. And one more update. My webcam came today. It was originally supposed to come today, and then they emailed me and said it was going to be here next Tuesday, but then it came today anyway. I was like, okay. So now I'm trying to charge up the laptop and start testing that and seeing if that's something I can do to do live streams next week. I might do one next week if I can get it working. We may have to order a new battery for the laptop if I can't get it to work without. So we will see, guys, but I'm definitely going to be doing a live stream sometime in the next 1 to 2 weeks at least. And I hope some of you will come and join me. I know several of you have said that you want to, so that'll be a really fun time. So have a great holiday. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, blessed Yule, whatever you celebrate. I hope it's great for you, and I will see you the day after tomorrow. Bye!